Hi, I'm Derek. Welcome to Hindsight 101, where you learn about things that will help you in everyday life. Now, I'm going to talk to you about the H2O sensor error code that you get on your HD dishwasher. Now, first and foremost, I'm not going to show you anything different than any other video is going to show you about how to fix the problem. The thing that I will tell you is all the little subtle nuances they forget to put in there that I've discovered over the years every time I've had to fix this issue. So if you're interested in that, let's get going. So first and foremost, you'll get a nice little warning right here that says H2O. And that's how you know there's an issue with your dishwasher. So what most people won't tell you is that you're going to have signs that there's an issue way before you get that H2O sensor warning. So what goes on for me usually is when I run a cycle, it won't finish the cycle. It may go almost all the way through it. It may only go halfway or whatever, but it won't finish the whole cycle, but it'll look like the dishes are washed. And how I can tell it didn't finish the whole cycle is right here, there's a little light on mine that tells me when it's done. And a lot of times that won't light up, and that's my first sign. Because usually I run mine at the end of the night, and then in the morning I'll see that, oh, the light's on. And then if I don't see the light, I'll ask my family, because there's multiple people in my family, that, hey, did any of you open the dishwasher? And they say no. That's your first sign. And then progressively over time, because you'll get depending, you can get 15 more washes out of it before you start getting that error. And then it'll slowly, at less and less time, to the point that it won't run a cycle at all. Or you get this weird noise when it starts, and that's usually when the H2O warning comes up. So you'll have signs, as long as you're paying attention to it, you'll notice them. So with that, the reason why that happens is because you need to pre-wash your dishes. And I'm not saying, because I know there's a back and forth debate about that. You need to pre-wash it if there's grease, oil, cheese, stuff like that, that stuff that sticks and builds up. You need to wash that off. You can leave normal little scraps and stuff like that on there. That's not a big deal, but you do have to do that. I am one of those nuts that pre-wash their dishes. That's just how I was raised. But you need to take off the grease and the oil. Now my kids, on the other hand, they're a problem. They don't always do it. So hence we get this issue. But you need to clean that up, or it will build up and clog things up. Because 9 times out of 10, it's this sensor that you have to clean that's the issue. There could be other stuff, but I'm going to guarantee you, before you go through and do any other craziness, try this out. It's a very easy fix. As long as you can crawl on the ground and you're okay with maneuvering in tight areas, you are good to go. It won't take that long to fix it. So if you're wondering what this is also a good indicator, especially since I have multiple people washing dishes in my house. It was a lifesaver to flip this, because like I said, I'm a pre-washer, and when I put the dishes in, they look clean regardless. So now the family knows it's clean. Just a little tidbit, link in the description if you're interested. Now, also, I'll tell you how to wash your dishes properly in another video I have. It should be up here in the left, and it'll be in the description as well. How to properly wash your dishes in a dishwasher so you get the cleanest and you don't get any issues in the future. So check that out as well. Now, now that you kind of know the whole issue, now let's fix it. So first and foremost, you're going to need to take the water out of the bottom of the dishwasher, because when you remove this sensor, it's going to be a lot of water. So either take it out now or it's going to come out later. So right here, and you can see I have dishes in here. You don't need to take anything out. Like I said, this is a very simple fix. All you have to do is go in here and take out the filter. If you don't know that your dishwasher has a filter, it does, and you have to clean this. You could just take a toothbrush and clean this little mesh. I've cleaned mine, but it gets very gunky and oily. So make sure you clean this, because that could solve a few problems as well, and it keeps it from stinking. Now right here, what you need to do is suck all that water out, because there's a lot of water in there. So what you need is something like a shop vac, whatever, and you can clean that up, or something that'll suck up water. Like I said, if not, you're gonna have a lot of water coming out of the bottom, so put down some towels. So now that we got most of the water out, you can close this back up. Do it this way. Make sure that you turn off the power. Either you might have to do a breaker. For me, I can just unplug it. So, and they also say, turn off the water. For me, I never do it, because I just don't feel there's a need to, but I'm just being safe. So yeah, power and water, FYI. So, because we have to get underneath at the bottom of the dishwasher. So now, underneath your dishwasher, there's some openings. Could be a little grimy under here if you don't clean up very well. So there also could be a kick plate under here. Mine I've taken off because I don't use it, but there'll be 2 screws right here and over here, and it'll be a plate that's covering it. you just want to unscrew those and take the plate off. Some people may have not foam, but felt or whatever, covering insulation, covering it. You want to take that off as well. But like I said, I keep mine clear and just easier that way when I'm working underneath. So once you take that off, it should expose this. And the part we're working on is right here. This is what you're going to have issues with. So I'll tell you how to take that off. So a rag and the flathead screwdriver will help out this process quite a bit. So what you want to do is, and this is where the water could come out, so keep that in mind, is you just want to take this little flap, and there's a little lip right here. You just want to flip it up and over, and it twists. Once you get it over, once you get it over, you're in the clear. Just kind of twist it and pull out, and there you go. Got a little, there we go. Kind of have to maneuver it out depending on how your setup is. And then right here, you have to remove a wire. Right here. Get this out of the way, so no more problems. So there's a wire right here. And to get that out, there's a little lip that you have to pull off. The little black lip, you can either kind of push it down, like I said, use a flathead screwdriver and pull that little lip down. And then all you got to do is just pull this out. Like I said, if you're not comfortable working in tight spaces, then you might want to just take out the whole dishwasher. Like I said, now it's out. So like I said, once you pull that little tab and pull this out, be careful because people have a tendency to pull really hard on these wires. Be gentle because if you break that, you know, you have a whole nother issue to deal with. So be gentle when you're pulling this out. But like I said, pull that little flap towards this white plastic piece and then pull up and you're good to go. Now you can take this piece out. So here's the pressure sensor. Some people call it a water sensor, but this is actually a new one. This isn't the one that I have. And then just a kind of quick tip, if you don't want to deal with, you know, cleaning it out and working on it, just buy a new one and then you don't have to worry about it. And then you have, you know, a couple, depending on how you wash dishes, a couple more years of clean living. So think about that, but this is how a new one looks, just to kind of give you an idea. So the part that first can get gunked up is right here, right in here. This is what can get gunked up, and that's what you want to kind of work on, is cleaning that out. So it just, the oil and the grease kind of cakes up and you just want to take a rag, clean that out, toothbrush, pipe cleaner, whatever, clean all that out, what's inside of there. Now once you get to there, you need to take this black piece off because this is the actual sensor. There's little tabs that hold it in place. You just have to pull it away. If it's a new one, it is a little harder. Older ones, you know, the plastic's a little softer. Just kind of pull it and take it out. And then there you go. And then in here, just to kind of give you an idea, there's not a whole lot of room in there. So once it gets gunked up, you have problems. So keep that in mind. Also, these washers, very important. If you forget to put these washers back in, you will know because water will come rushing out of the bottom. So put these in and put them in the right way. You can see how it's lined up. It's kind of indented in. That's how you're supposed to put it in, or you can put it the other way. It fits snugly on top. If you put it the other way, it kind of floats and doesn't sit right. So keep that in mind. And then the other washer right here, make sure that's there. You need both of them. Oops, I put it in backwards. There you go. So that's how you do this. Now this, so clean that out. So this piece right here is where you're gonna have probably like a little bubble of gunk. You wipe that off and like, oh, I'm all done. Everything's good to go. You are not, because there's stuff inside of there and it's minuscule. It looks kind of like snot. It's really gross in there. At least that's what it looks like for me when I clean it out. And then some people have these picks and these tools. You could really just take a paper clip. Now, don't go digging in there, grinding away. You want to be gentle with it. And all you have to do is just go in there and just kind of scoop around, twist it around, and just kind of flick it out. Get a paper towel, wipe it off, because it'll be sticky. It'll be gross. Like I said, like snot. You just keep going in there and cleaning that out. Make sure you do it until nothing else comes out, because the issue that you'll run into is you put all this back together, put it under, and it still won't work, and you think something's wrong with it. Nope, you just didn't clean it out well enough. So just make sure, like, you'll feel some resistance. Now, if you push too hard, you can mess some things up in there. So once you feel resistance, stop and just go around the edges. Don't scrape the bottom, just scrape the edges and flick it out. And then once you get it all off, you cleaned it, you want to put it back in. This can only go in one way. As you can see here, big side, little side, little side. You just gotta push it in and make sure the little tabs are over the top. See, it snaps into place. See, I missed one. Make sure that goes over. And usually because of the washers kind of makes it tight, you just need to get it over. And now you know it's secure, because if you don't, it will leak again if you don't have that solid snap-in seal. So once you have that in, you're good to go. And let's put it back in. Now to put this back in, it is very simple. All you have to do is line up the little plug right here, and then you're just going to line it back up. It kind of slots into a little hole. You just line it up and push it in, and it's in. We're good to go. Now here, it's just a twisting motion. So once you maneuver it in, you just push. Make sure you have that washer in there, because if you don't have the washer there, you'll definitely know there's an issue, because water will come rushing out. So you have the little tab up above the little tab here. And all you do is just pull it down, and you're done. And then run the dishwasher. Just make sure there's no leaks. One thing I advise is just make sure you wipe this off, because there's not always a leak. Sometimes you just have some residual water from earlier that you forgot about, and you think it's leaking. It's not. It's just old water. So just make sure you clean all this up with a rag, wipe it off. So you start with a clean start, put a paper towel down here. Sometimes it's easier to see. Run a cycle. There's no leaks, you're good to go. Hope this helps. Take care.